Hi, welcome to the channel. My name's Pete. Forgive all the traffic, it is quite a busy lane that I'm on, or road. It is called Oldfield Lane and we're in Leeds, and today is about that bridge. Now I travel under that bridge virtually every day and I wondered what it was. So I'm going to investigate it and I'll tell you all about it on our way. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Today we're exploring something called the Wortley Curve, a disused piece of railway that's fairly modern. Now, from what I can read, it was never really authorised by the government to be disused. It was more of decommissioned, really, but they've taken all the rails up that access it. But we can walk down it, so it's not a live line, even though it's not officially a dead line. But we'll walk down it and I'll show you what remains of it, and really why I came up to have a look at it. So we are at the start of it on the south junction. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm looking at. Right, we've got this bridge here. Our curve would have come along this here. Look at the old railings there, and behind that fence there, which we can gain access to further up. It is open, so we will go in, and that's where we're walking all the way up there. So we've got a live line down there, and I'm hoping you can see how many arches that bridge has got. It's got this one here, it's got one there, and another one there that are all disused, except for these two that are down here. And then we've got a live line going above that as well. So we're not going to go in there, we're not going to go on any live lines, and we'll pick up our Wortley West Curve and see what we've got. So these are all trains that you can hear passing me. This is quite literally the end of it, where it's been fenced off, but it would have come through, well, about there really. It would have split off and joined the line. The whole point of this place was for it to avoid Leeds, basically. Now, if you want to go anywhere north of Leeds coming through Leeds, you actually have to go into Leeds, whereas this track would have avoided it. And already we can see remains of where cabling hangers are. Old coping stones, likely off that bridge that was behind us. Bits of old fencing. And lots of these going all the way. As where I am now, it's all been bunched up a little bit. So we're not actually on the track bed here, but that will have come from probably around there somewhere and split off down here. Continue on, and when we start coming across things again, I'll start filming them. Well, I'm already there, look. Drains. So I'll step over that, I don't want to fall down. And then if we move along a little bit further, we've got more of these posts, potentially sleeper. Broken up electric boxes. And where people have actually been coming down and robbed all the cabling. So now I'm on the actual track bed here. There is ballast all over, modern ballast, and that, even that, bit of coal. You can see how close I am to the live line. And we've got signals up there, that's for the live line. We're having to deviate a little bit from over there where we've got sleepers. Leeds being a very busy station, all that will take you to and from Leeds Station. That one's going towards, so I'm heading northbound on this Wortley West Curve. I'm having to pick my way through because I don't want to trip over anything or accidentally stumble into that area. As you can see, this is going to line all of this. More electrical box. Oh, look at this. This is we've got a sleeper here, a wooden sleeper with a chair on it. Amazing. If you like your memorabilia of railway stuff, come down here with a spanner. Now I'm going to come back over this bridge on my way back before I finish this video. Got this down here again. More electrical boxes. Now this bridge here is really long. It's a pedestrian bridge, or footbridge as it's marked on maps, FP. But it is rather nice. Wrought iron. I've got the girders there, we'll go in for a close look at that. And it goes into like a shallow L shape. Now bearing in mind I'm on a track bed, and where them buildings are there was a huge marshalling yard called Copley Hill. So stay till the end of the video because I'm going to put some pictures up of that place, and the reason why I'm going up there is so you can get an overview of what that looks like today as compared to what it used to look like. There are sleepers literally everywhere down here. And there you go, here's one of the legs of that bridge. They are the same up there. It's important to get all this stuff on video because it's not going to be here forever. This bridge, believe it or not, has been here for over 100 years. Now in order to understand what that was there, I will need to go to some maps in the video, and we will do that a bit later. As you can see, look at these. Now railway lines would have gone where I'm stood into that marshalling yard, and then I'm going to go right to the end here. You can see the wall at the other end there. Again, that's the live line. Oops, that's the live line that way towards Leeds. I've just come up on the embankment from that bridge so I can access it. It's got some quite grand posts to get on there. Yeah, they've been vandalised, but such is life, isn't it, eh? So we'll go on and we'll have a look. So this bit I'm on here now is above the Wortley West Curve, which is down there. You see it's now got grid irons on here. I'm sure it was only that crisscross at one time. Got some extra supports here, probably a later addition, just to spread these apart. Now there's our curve there. We're almost getting up to the fence of where the live line is. I'm going to just pop the camera up a little bit, because all that there, where them new sheds are, was Copley Hill goods yard. And it looks like we might have a bit of a... No, I thought I might have had a bit of a gap there. I'm now above the live line, which is there. And that is both sides. Those sheds are Copley Hill. Now if we come down these steps here, you'll notice a bit of a platform there. That there used to be a public footpath. And we've got some sleepers going up there, but this was a natural divide between Copley Hill and that area down there. So we're leaving our live line behind us. We will get back to Wortley West Curve shortly, because this place has changed so much it's difficult to understand without going to our maps, particularly the older maps compared to the new maps, because everything that you can see now was railway property. Got a bridge here, we've got more lines here, look, to and from Leeds. Now where it says Metog Limited, excuse me, all this here, all of it, every last bit of that was goods yards. If we go back to here, that's the bridge where we started at on the West Curve, what I was pointing out to you. All the accesses would have come into here, all that was goods yards. They've really gone to town with this bridge by cobbling it. Huge ironwork at the side there. These are all modern railings. Again, I'm going to go to the side-by-side map so you can compare this to what it used to be like. It was all railway marshalling yards and goods yards. Down there. Now there's a bit of a gap in the fence here, so I might be able to show you what that bridge looks like. Yeah. There. You can see, hopefully, what that looks like. How many arches there would have been, or access points. Original railway brickwork there. These fencings will be quite old, some of these, but not old enough. So I'm not, well, I am actually. You can see the railway wall going down across there to this wall here. This is Whitehall Road. This was an original footpath. All that bridgeway and walkway is over 100 years old. and there's an access down there. There was public latrines here and all sorts. Now if we look at that wall there, the building is new, but the archway is not, nor is any of the wall in the building up there. It's all been cleaned off, and I can show you what that looked like here, which is there. All that was railway as well, cattle yards in fact, that lot. And then we've got our original railway wall here, back to our goods yards. And what I'm going to do is I'll go back over that bridge, and then we'll rejoin our Wortley West Curve shortly. What we are looking at here is a picture that I think was taken from around the 1930s. Along the bottom of that picture you can see the curve. That is the Wortley West Curve. The road you can see on the left, that's between the two railway tracks or railway lines, is Old Field Lane, and that bridge at the bottom is the one we'll be looking at in the video. Everything that you see in this picture has pretty much gone. All the buildings to the left of that railway line no longer exist. The engine sheds that I want you to pay attention to there, all gone. If we follow the curve at the bottom of the screen, you will see a bridge. That bridge still exists. That's the one we've just been over. And I was stood at the corner of that bridge where you can see the buttress at the top of it, looking over into those engine yards which are no longer there. And then that bridge would curve off to the right. It goes off the picture. That is all gone. More engine sheds because we cross over that bridge which I showed you. And then where you can see the cars on the road to the right on that picture, that is Whitehall Road. And again, everything you can see except that bridge and a couple of the railway lines that are still in use has gone. Going over to the side-by-side maps, the cursor matches on both sides. This here is the Wortley West Curve, which was at the bottom of that picture. All those engine sheds that I showed you are here, all this area, which is now gone on the new picture, but if you look on the old map you can still see them there. We crossed this bridge, and that's where I looked over to Copley Yard, and we crossed down here. This is slightly outdated because all this is now built on in there, but all this here, this railway line's still in use. All these, if you look on the old picture, are gone. If you look on the new one you can see where they are. Now when I crossed the bridge and got to the edge of where Whitehall Road is, this is Whitehall Road, we could see this in the picture. I pointed out the old entrances to the cattle yards. Again, all that has gone except for that long fancy wall. We're crossing the bridge again to back where we were, over to the Wortley Curve, and you can just see how much that has changed in this little area. We're not far from the city centre. If I move that out a little bit, these are Copley engine yard. This line here still exists. It would have gone straight into Wellington Station, which no longer exists. But here there is still a railway bridge, and that is what is currently being used or converted to as a sky garden, which is public access. We will go up there at some point. So I just wanted to put that into perspective on how much things have changed. The Wortley Curve, we're starting here. We've walked up to the bridge which is there. Been there over 100 years, that bridge. You can see that there was a turntable there and a turntable there, and all them sheds are now gone. That's pretty much how it looks today in this area. And then we're going to be walking up this way to Oldfield Lane, to this bridge, and then we're going to go as far as we can here, which isn't far. I think it's to about there, and we'll see what remains of this line today. Just before I join that track, I want to show you this fence here. You can see the edge of that wrought iron original railway fence, and then we'll get back down there under the bridge. Our Wortley West curve goes here. You can see them sleepers. It goes straight up there at the side of this fence. So this has all been collapsed down, this embankment here, and you can see the difference between the embankment there, which is where that one ends, and then this one just continues to go down. These lines will likely have gone into Copley marshalling yard and sheds. So lots of sleepers, look. These are all wooden. And now look at this. We have got rails. That one's tippled over. And you can see, if I stand there in them, you can see where it goes through here. And now that's collapsed down there. It was double track. And I've got the evidence for that for you here right now. There's the track on my left, and there's the track on the right. Now, Wortley Curve is a half-mile length of railway to avoid Leeds. It connected Wakefield to Bradford without having to go into Leeds. It did cause a bit of an upset with the Bradford community, because with the closure of this line you won't be able to get anywhere from like London or anywhere south of Leeds directly to Bradford without going through Leeds, which would add at least 15 to 20 minutes onto your journey. Now we've got original fence posts here that have been laid down, look, just dumped. And I suspect they are from that side there when they put that fence in. And up there are bits of original fencing up there. We get some more further on, but there's no fencing up here, so you can access this. So the main part of this lays between Oldfield Lane, where there's a bridge, which made me investigate this track. So Oldfield Bridge and Whitehall Road to behind me. Oldfield Lane is in front of me, with a big old stone and iron bridge on it. Originally this track opened in 1844, so it will have had loads of relays and loads of sleepers down. All the ballast at the moment is modern. And if we look at this here, we have even got an old signal in place with, I believe, some glass in there as well. Yeah, there you go. You can continue to hear trains in the background because I'm not far away from anywhere. That ladder would make a nice bit of memorabilia for somebody, I think. Again, more and more fence posts that are down. We've had storms recently here. This branch will have come down in the storms. They're underneath there. Again, I'm going to take another shot of this place. This is what was Copley Hill Yards. There is literally nothing left of what that place used to be. Copley Hill opened with the opening of the railways, probably around the same time as this track, around 1844, maybe a bit earlier. It had 3 huge engine sheds in there. It had 2 turntables, and that's where they would have done maintenance, the repair sheds. And going this way, that way, actually heads off towards what would have been Leeds Central Station, which there's a bridge still remaining, which has turned into a garden. Again, I'll put some maps up of that so you can get some perspective on how that has changed, and we'll continue on up here a little bit. And we've got another signal still in place, a little worse for wear. We've got, sadly, that is broken. What a shame. That'll be out that signal box. Sorry, I mean out the light signal. Not a semaphore signal. What a shame that that is broken. And then we've got an electrical supply box here. And then up there we've got our bridge. So there's our track down there. Going over to the bridge. And this is in the back of our signal box. This is the bridge that got me interested in what was on that bridge, is my question. So I decided to investigate it, and it turned out to be quite interesting. And I'm going to tell you about it as we go up and down this area. You can see already we've got a line of sleepers here. The railway bridge was 2-tracked. It looks to be sort of flimsy at the sides with them steel. I've no doubt they're really strong, but it does seem to have been capped off with a budget. There's the original stonework there. I'll take a picture of this underneath as well. As you can see, the left the sleepers in place here. Same at the other side. We've got the extra strength, huge cast iron girders there, cast iron sides. I wonder what this bridge originally looked like on the sides there. Now, as I said earlier, this opened in 1844 under the Great Northern Railway, and it remained open until 1985, where it was deemed not needed. So they disconnected it from the main line and decommissioned it. You can see the electrical cables box in there. No electrical cable left, few sleepers lying around, all rotten, because it has been closed since 1985. That's a long way now. It has been, well, it is known as part of the Wortley Triangle, and when I go to the overhead maps you'll see why. So those sleepers are in place there. You can see where the trees have grown through them. I'm walking between the tracks. There's quite a lot of the rail has been taken up, but not all of it. I don't know why they would do that. It is quite wide up here as well, but this was all rail land, and we've got a piece of rail there. And I think, looking back, I'm in the right, well, as we're walking north, I'm in the left side track, and that's the right side track. You can see the edge of the sleepers there and the edge of the sleepers there, so I'm walking between them. And if you want to know what life is like without humans, well, as you can see, we're not needed by this planet one little bit. We've got a huge piece of concrete laying over here. I've got no idea what this was up here, but look at that. Massive. And I'm going to walk all the way up this, right up to the end. That is Wortley Curve, or Wortley West Curve, part of the Wortley Triangle. Closed in 1985, I've mentioned. There's still quite a bit here to see. A nice little pleasant walk, only took about 15 minutes, half-mile stretch. There is talks of reopening this line for HS2 when that reaches Leeds. Sadly it is closed at the moment. This would save people a lot of time, like this train here behind me now, that's going into Leeds. I don't know what train that is, but was it essential it goes to Leeds? Could it have gone down this track here to just bypass Leeds altogether? I know there are trains that would, but it is closed and HS2 might reopen it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.